Rising to fame in the mid 1970s as a DJ on disco mixes for producers like Joe Gibbs. He transitioned to singing with hits such as Tribal War and later Lovers Rock staples. Now, since the year 2001, he has focused heavily on gospel music, releasing acclaimed albums like Ride Out Your Storm and in a Billboard chart success and multiple awards. And I'm privileged to actually have him inside the studios of TW Radio 88.9 FM. Welcome, sir.
Greetings. Yeah, man. Happy to be here, you know.
It's good to have you in the living flesh.
Most definitely. Happy to be here.
You're happy to be here?
Yes.
How you loving our studio? How you loving the setup?
When the setup nice. I love it.
You love the
setup. I love the sound, you know.
So what actually brings you to the motherland?
Well, wife and friends.
Okay.
And I really wanted to come here from a longer time. Okay. It was scheduled. It was scheduled for some time before, but as I said, nothing never happened before the time, you know. So we're dealing with it now, you know.
So if I get it, this should be your first time in the motherland.
Most definitely, and
wow.
And I actually I know that it won't be the last.
Good.
You know.
Good.
Definitely, the motherland. This is what it is.
Okay.
Africa, you have to come to Africa. No if, but, no maybe here.
So your first impression about Cape Coast?
I love it. I'm loving it, man. You know,
does it feel like you're back home?
Yes. And you simply, when I wake up, I don't know if I'm home or in Cape.
So you're kind of confused whether you are back home in Jamaica.
Yeah, I'm back home in Jamaica. Africa.
In Africa.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So that means that you're loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
How long are you going to be here for?
Probably about a couple more weeks or so, and then we leave and coming right back.
Nice one. Now let's talk music, because that's the main reason why we are here.
Yes.
So according to what we have here, you started off as a DJ, and in Jamaica, when they say somebody's a DJ, it's not necessarily being a disc jockey. I guess so.
Yeah, we understand. Not a hype man.
Like a hype man.
Like a hype man, yeah.
Okay, so you started off as a hype man.
Hype man, yeah.
Before transitioning into music.
Yeah, not. Okay, let me see. Let me explain now.
Okay.
And if I may do so, the age is like different. It's from 1960.
1960.
But it was disclosed. I don't know how they got that, but you know, first time when internet just come out, people just put anything. I didn't correct it then, so it's there. We have to live with it, Anyway, we started off in the church, really, because we grew up. My mother left me at a tender age to go and make life for us. So I lived with my grandmother, who was a member of, not a member, but like a mother of a church. And that's where I grew up, singing in church and, getting the good gospel and getting to know myself and know about God and such forth. And then in the teens, I went to try to get in the business, so I would go to other studios, and they used to have talent shows and stuff like that. So that's where I got in, and I met Joe Gibbs, and Dennis Brown was one of the first person who took me into the studio. I had China Smith, and that's where it started. So I usually sing, and then I DJ. That's what I usually do on the talent shows, to the amusement of not the people but myself. They knew it was me, because all I did was I would sing and then come off and then put on glasses or a hat and come back on. So they really knew it was me, but to make it different,
Exactly.
So I sing and then come on as DJ. So Joe Gibbs invite me to the studio after they saw me on a talent show, and they asked me to come, you know what I mean? Come do some things at MC because they saw what they saw on the talent show. Yeah, so there was a track, Culture. Culture was doing the album 2-7 Clash, and there was a song on it. I don't wanna be left out of Zion Gate, and they said try, you know what I mean? Try this out. And there was a big uproar in Jamaica about this dreadlocks that they found on the street. They said he died. They found him on the street, died in Kingston, and he had a lot of bugs in his head because he was of an unsound mind. But back then there was a lot of discrimination against Rastafarians, so they took it to the street, and you know what I mean, TV broadcast everything. That's what killed him. Some bugs they call 40 leg, you know, and
as an insect.
Insect, yeah.
Wow.
They said that's what killed him. So they usually deal with Rastaman or dreadlocks as nasty.
Yeah.
You know, so I get a chance to counteract it because back up where I live, I know some Rastaman that was
very,
you know what I mean,
clean.
them clean, you know, and you always just see them with them
sticks and
stick
toothbrush
and
and
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And them come out clean. Them probably didn't have many clothes. I'm change your clothes, but them wash them
So
clothes like every
fresh
night.
and clean every
Yeah,
time.
you know. So my reaction was so no dread, no have no 40 leg. Me say if stop spread propaganda upon the dread. Me say if stop spread the propaganda because the dread no have no 40 leg in him head, but him no have no 40 leg in him head, and that's what brought me to up front.
So that's what actually brought you from the church to main reggae stream music.
Most definitely, and what happened was Prince Mohammed, the producers, Joe Gibbs, put Prince Mohammed on the record, and it was very upsetting to me to know that I just did the record and
then somebody else's name was
then
used.
So I not an argument because I couldn't argue with them. They are the big, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I made it known that I am not happy, you know,
with whatever happened.
But they called me and explained to me that we saw you and your work. You're excellent, and you can't just go out there and make people believe that you're one person. We're gonna split your personality. So this is why we give you that name, and you know what I mean. I had to work with it, and I still have that name up till today. So George Nooks, aka Prince Mohammed.
George Nooks, aka Prince Mohammed.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. You mentioned the likes of Culture and then Dennis Brown. Whilst you were running us by your story, how was it like working with these guys in the same studio?
It was as a nobody to be included with those mega stars was very tremendous, man. It was exciting, it was elevating, it was anxiousness. It was great, you know what I mean? Because what happened right after there, I did Tribal War, which is still one of my biggest. I could contribute to say like I have many big songs. You know. Did
you produce or write the song when it comes to Tribal War?
No. That was a cover song, but I made it popular. I could say I could give myself that title to say I made that one popular because the version that came out before it was just playing on sound system, you know.
Okay, so let's say it's a demo sort of.
Yes, not a demo. It was out, you know, but it wasn't. You know, people pick it up. People do songs and just make them what it is, and I could, you know what I mean, attribute to that to say Tribal War. It was song of the year for 1977, 78, and it stayed on the chart for so many. This is that's one of my top songs. I can't go nowhere without singing it, you know. So
for the benefit of the doubt of the listeners that don't know the song we are talking about, I wanted to play the song and we'll come back and then we'll continue the conversation.
My brother.
All right.
We don't need no tribal. That can't work at all.
That's not it?
No, that's culture.
That's culture.
Yeah. George Nooks tribal boy. Can punch that in one.
Okay,
yes.
okay. We'll fix it and then we'll get back to you. So after, I mean, you meeting Dennis Brown and
Sure,
then
yes.
culture and then the rest, what happened to you professionally?
Professionally, I as a youngster, teenager, I'm a star. I was a star. Still is. Right?
Yes.
So Dennis Brown, what happened? Dennis Brown was on the Joe Gibbs record label. I signed, you know. So yeah, the song How Could I Leave? How Could I Possibly Go On? And they asked me to DJ on that one, and bubble me a bubble, and me not seek no trouble. So if you're seeking trouble, you gotta get it on your double there. And then they come again with, it was a big monster hit again, and then Dennis Brown did money in my pocket, but I just can't get no love. And the combination it with me again with say that I'm money in my pocket, but me can't get no love. But I can't preach it's a fall, it's a fall from above, cause this a cool runnings. Can let me think that this a cool runnings, you know.
But you still got it, man. You still got it. But your first professional record was recorded in which year?
75.
75.
How many years is that?
That's a long while. A long while, man.
Too long?
Yeah.
No, not too long.
Not too long.
Long enough. Yeah.
Yes. But it's been long enough. and your last record was recorded in which year?
My last month.
Last month.
Yeah.
Wow, that means that you're actively still
running
things. But right now,
I'm in it.
on the gospel side. Now let's come back to what happened to that particular side for you to come back.
Oh, okay. Well, let's put it in perspective. My grandmother. I usually sing in the church. Yeah, man. Every Sunday from as I said, I was growing up because my grandmother was she's one of the mother of the church, so she's one of them. You know what I mean? Column, so to speak. So I usually sing in church, and that's where it all started. To tell you the truth, you know, and then. What happened was after I left, came to Kingston and started to record it, songs. I always go up to her and visit her like every week, and so she heard about, not heard, she knew the success because she have a radio playing and people telling her about me, and she see I was lifted up, you know. And anyway, her decision was for me to come back in the church and sing gospel songs, but there was much of that going on then, you know. But in the later year, I think 2000, she got gravely ill and she was going out, you know. She was 90 89 around there, and she when her voice got real low, she couldn't even talk to me. I remember that day. I always visit her, take her, you know, her groceries and stuff like that. When I went up there to her that day, she wasn't doing well, you know, so she could barely speak, and she was whispering, so
you couldn't hear her too.
Couldn't hear her. I've been out here her ears, and she said, you're gonna let me go, and you don't do no gospel. And right there and then I left her after I finished visiting and came to Kingston and went straight into the studio, man, and I did God Is Standing By.
God Is Standing By.
Yes, and I'm telling you, and the story didn't end there. On my way, finishing up, about 2 days, took it to her. When I took it to her, about 10 minutes before I reached her, they called and said she passed, you know.
Wow.
So I'm saying that she didn't hear it physically, but I know she heard spiritually.
Yes.
And
So your grandmom actually inspired that song.
yes, and then that was it. When you have troubles, don't cry. Oh no, just remember God is standing by.
Definitely, God
Granny
is
may
standing
soul
by.
rest in peace.
And this is actually inspired by George Nook's grandmother, and we are hearing it here on TW Radio 88.9. God is standing. 5 after 3 p.m. Just in case you logged on, I was still hanging out with the man George Nooks on a Drive 26, and just gone by was a song inspired by his late grandmama titled "God is Standing By." So now we're talking the transition from reggae music to, do I say gospel reggae music, or how do we term or coin it?
Well, to me, it's music, because what back then you have just as now you have the DJ, the gun lyrics, you know what I mean, are the slackness, you know what I'm talking about,
Exactly.
I never differ from what I'm doing. What I did, and I think and I know I did, was I kept myself in that same position, just as if I would sing about tribal war. I could sing it in church, because I've went to church someplace and they request song that I wouldn't just jump and go in there and you know what I mean, and do like them say, well, I'm tribal, well, I'm 40 leg, and in church I say, church, yeah. So it's not nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, when I say tribal war, the preacher could preach about tribal war, so I surely could sing it in there, or I'd sing a song about my children, and pastor have to preach about children. So the transition to me is not that like I was doing all slackness or gun lyrics and then I start to do gospel. So to me it wasn't, I'm still in that lane.
You're still in that lane. So
Yes.
basically you can actually go back and do a pure reggae song if you want to.
Yes, I still do. Lovers Rock.
Okay.
I still go and do a Lovers Rock, because he still could stand up in it and the Rastamans and talk about love, So
And after all these years, what has kept you consistent?
God's love, God's grace, God's mercy, Yeah, man, that's what.
I mean, for
That's what
40 years and counting, and you're still going hard at it.
Yeah, man, we're talking about 40 enough. At 50, I would say 50.
Okay.
And I'm still. Thank you, Father God.
That
you
is
know what I mean?
it. That is it.
That is it.
Now, I don't want to be the person to be, pointed at for saying this, but it's a conversation that's actually going on when it comes to reggae music and then dancehall music. Has dancehall taken over from reggae music?
It is more popular now with the youngsters. We know things change.
Yes, exactly.
Things never set at a level for too long. But we have grown folks and we have younger folks who love reggae.
Exactly.
So to me, to wait, it's there. Reggae will never die. Okay, let me how should I say this? I say reggae music, when you do a reggae, I've done reggae song that lasted way more than a hit DJ song, because they just come and go, come and go.
Music.
So you know what I mean. So you have young folks and you have older folks.
Exactly.
I'm still going with my old folks tradition.
Exactly. Now, we've had the likes of Popcorn and Beres Hammond coming together to put out a record. Is there a time where we'll have George Nooks maybe featuring a Masika? I mean,
never can tell. Music is music, you know. And tell the truth, I've done tracks with, if you research or look, you can see songs I would be singing and Bounty Killer DJ. You know what I mean? Me and Merciless, me and Cabra, me and almost all of them.
A whole lot of
you know, a whole lot of them. So I have songs out there that, you know, not with none of the latest ones as you'd say right now. You know.
Exactly, I know. Well, we've done it's 4 o'clock now, and we definitely have to pack up and run. But before we do that, what's going to be that message to? I mean, in Ghana here we have talents that are also pursuing the reggae dancehall and then the reggae as well. What's going to be that perfect one thing to tell them?
Well, if the question is what I want to tell the youngest artists, well, just I can tell them what to do, but I would direct them in the way that I do conscious music that will last forever. You know, I've seen lately a DJ putting out 1 week 6 songs. That you know what I mean? That don't make no sense. You know. Short span, that don't make no sense. So just correct yourself, just do what you're supposed to do and sit. If you can't write songs, there's a lot of write out there, you know what I mean? And just concentrate on that right part, because it's not good ending up on that side that you're not supposed to be on, you know? As simple as that, you know. And big up on yourself and just do the right thing. DJ the right thing, sing the right thing. You know?
Exactly. Now, it's your first time, right? But have you paid attention to our terrain here when it comes to the reggae and then dancehall fraternity? Have you actually listened to some people yet, off the top of your head?
Wait, here?
Yes, in Ghana.
Yeah. Come to think of mine, yes, a few of them,
Okay.
yes.
And who is actually doing it for you by names?
Oh God, yeah. I'll let you call some names and I'll pick them out.
So have you heard of Shatawale?
Yeah, Shatawale.
Have you heard of Stone Boy?
Yeah, Stone Boy. I mean, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah.
They are doing it for you.
Them doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before you say bye-bye to us, probably somebody wants to check you out, some social media handles, they can do that and connect with you when it comes to working too as well.
Yeah, all social media platform, just George Nooks. Yeah, man. And try some swipe at Prince Mohammed and see what happened. But
Okay.
George Nooks, everything.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming through under this short notice. We will have an extended conversation before you actually leave, and we're going to do that and bring you back again.
Most definitely.
All right.
I would appreciate that.
Definitely.
And big up, thanks for having me, man. And this is a younger singer, not mean younger, but this is a singer that is with me.
Okay.
She could introduce herself.
Okay.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. It's a pleasure being here. My name is Pastor Lisa Grace Harris.
Wow, Pastor Lisa Grace Harris.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much for coming through. Definitely we'll come back for an extended version of this conversation.
We have to do that.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, when you find tribal war on them thing, all right?
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. Respect.
TW Radio.